Alrighty. So, welcome to the Monday night stream. I'm your host, Apart39. Today I'll be continue my playthrough of Elden Ring. Well, not so much as a playthrough, but more or less just a forward push, for lack of a better word, I suppose. Alright. I'm just getting everything set up right now. Okay, excellent. So, right now we're pretty much in the, I guess you could say, final throes of completing my goal for Elden Ring. This isn't so much a full playthrough, once more, I should say. The goal is simple. Mohg must die. And that's it. That's really it. Mohg must die for the will of the expansion. And, well, I benefit greatly from it, obviously. So, with that being said, I'm just already launching the game right now, alright? So I'm just waiting for it to load up. So, what to talk about? Oh yes, I remembered a few topics of interest that came up on my end. Video games mostly. One of the games that I have a passing interest in, to say the least, is one Black Myth Wukong. And to say the least, I am fairly excited for it. It comes out in like, what, 2 months from now? Well, in any case. Yeah, so Black Myth Wukong is a game I'm looking forward to, and I heard telltale that a certain, how do you say, company tried to coerce and intimidate the developers of Black Myth Wukong to try and see things their way for about $7 million. And to say the least, I'm really trying to be very choosy here because, to say the least, it's not my usual topics and the like. Alright, I'm trying to think. Alright, I need to get some things first right now. Alright, so yeah, for the most part, yeah, the developers were pretty much, I believe, contacted and attempted to be coerced by a particular writing supplement firm. And, well, to say the least, it was outright rejected, is the best way I could probably describe it. But yeah, the offer was outright rejected, and I believe because of that rejection, that for the most part, give me a second, I'm trying to think. But yeah, because of that rejection, there's been some talks of like, what's the word for it? Pretty much slandering, I guess, the development of it, or the game itself. Pretty much, it boils down to the basic gist of, oh my god, how dare they reject the help that we so graciously offered, even though they never asked, you know? That's pretty much the basic gist of it. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much the basic gist of that whole thing. A lot of people have been talking about it, to say the least, and good on the developers. I'm trying to remember the actual name, because I actually do know of it. But good on the developers for not giving way and kowtowing to, well, let's just say outrageous demands to what is effectively rewrite and change elements of a culture that they don't understand. Chinese culture, to be more specific, because it's pretty much a retelling of Journey to the West, you know?
The thug should be resting at ease. Oh yes, myself. I am Raya. I seek your very bitter steady heart. Such strength, please. Brave, most tarnished. You are no volcano. Oh, Iceland of Liurnia, but the lift instead. At the base it was X. I have faith in you. I do hope. At the base of it was X. I have faith in you. I do hope.
Alright, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been passing around the lips of some people, to say the least. That whole debacle. Yeah, did I mention that the writing firm was pretty much sort of brought some light into for let's just say deceitfully altering certain elements of games in terms of their narrative and writing content. So yeah, that's why this writing firm, that's why this supposed supplementary writing firm is just getting the shit literally pasted on them, as it were. Honestly, why the hell? I'm trying to think right now when it comes to that right now. How many other supplementary writing firms exist? And to what degree of freedom are they given? The answer to that probably is not that much in the first place anyway, but still, why were they given that much freedom at all? To change so much nuances, context in the games they touched in. Who was giving them oversight? Whose idea was it to consult them if they're doing such a literal crap job? I'm trying to think right now. There was like a bunch of games that were confirmed to have this firm's involvement. I think I mentioned it in passing on Twitch at the very least. I won't. And if you know what firm I'm talking about, well, good on you. I'm not gonna say it because let's just say there's a whole bunch of stuff attached to their name. Oh, and along with that, they're also probably vying for that attention, for that spite, that vitriol, and the like. So yeah, odds are they probably want their name on the lips of people, but I refuse to give them that satisfaction, as it were. At the very least, I would think I would refuse to give them the satisfaction that they seek. Alright, but yeah. Alright, so right now, I'm trying to think right now. For the most part, I need to traverse towards a particular area of interest. However...
Always good to sun.
I need to find kukuri knives, in which, for the most part... Who's the guy selling these things? Let me see. Ah, okay. Alright, so, yeah, to say the least, I'm trying to think right now. Besides what's been going on with Black Myth Wukong, in which for the most part, besides, the aforementioned debacle with a writing firm that doesn't know how to do their job. I'm trying to think what else specifically. Oh yeah, there was some talk about the game itself actually as well. There were some outlets, gaming news outlets, that actually got their hands on the game. In which, besides being a visual feast, apparently it's also one that plays well, which, to some extent, is the most important element. But actually, it's definitively the most important element. Ugh. Alright, but yeah, there was some talks about it. Some of the environments, it was pointed out that some of the environments were feeling the same, mostly due to the fact that it was in a forest, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Stuff that, you know, in retrospect, is fair, valid criticism. Along with that, it was also pointed out that it was a linear game, in which I don't mind that at all. I don't think anyone else would mind it at all, as long as the levels are, you know, actually interesting to play. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty nice to at the very least know on those fronts at least. I'm trying to think, what else is there to talk about besides the Wukong thing? Because I remember that there was something I did want to bring up. Oh yeah, that's right, internet culture. And how, yeah, it's just internet culture. I've been contemplating what internet culture really means and, well, more specifically, what it really does. The answer I've come to some extent or another, is mostly the fact that it's complicated. Yeah, that's really all I got to say, at least in terms of introductions. For the most part, I've been thinking about, at the very least, more recently, as of like 5 minutes ago, because this is something that I kind of sort of propped up in my head a little bit. I was watching a video about it a little bit too, but
Try it again.
I guess what I'm wanting to talk about specifically is like hypebeast culture. You know, you have your Mr. Beasts, you got your brand names and all that jazz. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. I mean, for Mr. Beast, to some extent, I kinda get it, at least. Given the fact that his whole deal is, you know, splurging a bunch of cash on some stuff and, you know, doing some stuff and the like, you know? It was that. Pretty much had like a bunch of, you know, pretty much had like a bunch of cash, spend it. I think early on, I know distinctly enough early on, he did like do like certain things, the type of things that were, at the very least, I'm trying to think more specifically, like doing certain things like saying his word or name for like hours on end, beating himself up hours on end, you know, all that type of stuff and jazz. You know, I know that he got his claim to fame because, not just because of that, but because he did, you know, pretty much do all this stuff. But afterwards, he did get his claim to fame, you know, doing all these like extravagant, you know, things. Recreating the Squid Game, making Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, curing people's blindness, you know, all those types of stuff. Other people have, for lack of a better word, tried to hone in and, you know, emulate that type of success. However, can't help but feel as though it's one of those things where it's like false pretense, I guess? Is that the right word to use? False pretense, yeah? But yeah, it feels like it's like mostly done out of, to try and like outdo Mr. Beast himself. Not that I really like Mr. Beast, but more specifically, at the very least, there's one thing you could give credit to is, to one degree or another, his philanthropic endeavors, you know? The aforementioned, you know, the aforementioned, you know, curing people's blindness thing and the like, giving people like cars, paying off the bills and the like, so they don't have to worry about certain stuff and all that jazz. You know, that type of stuff. And to say the least, yeah, that's really the best way to describe how it is. This whole culture sprang up because of it. I mean, I get the spending money part, right? I really do, to some degree or another, but I don't get the, extravagance. Again, for Mr. Beast, there's a sort of reason, logic to the madness. But for the others, what's their reason? But yeah, for the others, like, what is their reason, you know? Alright. Alrighty. Alrighty. Give me a sec to do this. Ah, rat bastard. Come on, get it over with. Kill me, you some bitch. There you go. Okay, so let me see here. Alright, let me look something up, because I know that the... Alright, so right now, we're gonna take on the Draconic Tree Sentinel right now. For the most part. There are two ways of doing this. One way is by, yeah, one way is by pretty much goading and... Alright, let me see. Do I have enough arrows? God, I think I sold all my arrows. Fuck. All I got are like a handful of shots. That's it. Alright, real quick. Let me get a lay for the land. Let me get a land real quick. Son of a bitch. Alright, this is not gonna fucking work. Alright, there. Alright, so I was gonna try and do this the more easier way, but right now I'm not about to goddamn try and do this shit. Alright, so let me see here. There is an alternative way of doing this right now. And it requires a particular spell, which I am proficient with. The Poison Mist. Let's see here. Where am I gonna get it though? Can I get anywhere else besides Fextra Life? For fuck's sakes. It's always Fextra Life. Now, let me see here. Weeping Peninsula, northeast of Castle Morn. Alright, so, in case you couldn't tell, I was trying to dispatch this guy through that, but I do not have the... as... how would you describe? Patience and aim to do so. I have the patience to do something else, however. It's not going to be as fun or as quick, but still. For this rat bastard, I'm gonna fucking make him suffer. Being swift and clean is a luxury. Alright, I guess this is the right area. Hope Torrent's hooves are properly shoed. Come on, really? There we go. Excellent. Alright, excellent, excellent, excellent. Now that we got that squared away... where the hell is... There it is. Okay. Alright, so... Spellcaster, and I do believe that this is a faith-based spell, so to say the least. I need to have a... Alright, so I do need to have, at the very least, a sort of catalyst for faith. Alright, so... What was I talking about? Ah, yes, hypebeast culture. Yeah, I don't understand it too well. When other people emulate and the like... it always seems like there's like a... What's the best way to describe it? Like a... Like ulterior motive to it, you know? It's like almost disgusting, you know? You can almost feel it under your skin and all that, you know? It's just... you know? I don't understand the obsession as well with Supreme as well. Which is, you know, also part of hypebeast culture. They're like, oh, it's a word! But yeah, it's like, oh, it's a word. Oh man, Supreme. What makes it so supreme? Just the name and such, and that's it? I remember I got into sort of, I'm not sure it's a hypebeast thing myself, but I actually got a pair of Jordans when they were, yeah, I got myself a pair of Jordans when my friends were talking about them. Just one friend, to be more specific, of course. Oh, but yeah, just mostly like one friend, because I wanted to like, yeah, you know, that's pretty cool, you know? That's really about it. I don't think anyone else was really talking about it, you know, it was just like, that's about it. He was like, hey man, I got some J's, I got some Jordans. He was like, oh, hey, cool. And that's really about it, we just went about our day. I don't know, maybe it's because this was like early, I think it was like freshman, sophomore year for me at the very least in high school. Yeah, it was like sophomore in freshman year for me and my friend. We just really talked about a lot of stuff. We went to the same middle school as well. Damn, I'm trying to remember his name though. It's been too long. You know, I was watching a video about Call of Duty, more specifically a video of like a guy using cursed guns. No, it wasn't Sam Claymore, it was the other guy, the true progenitor of cursed guns in Call of Duty. Yosho. And so yeah, I was watching him, and for the most part, he's moved on to Escape from Tarkov, to which good on him for. But more specifically, I was watching the video about him using the Doom shotgun that was available in Modern Warfare 2. Alright, if I'm doing this right. There we go. Breathe it in. Alright, but yeah, I was watching him use the use the Doom 2 Super Shotgun, which was a skin for the double barrel shotgun in Modern Warfare 2. In which, for the most part, it was painful to watch. Not because the Yosho himself was a bad player. No. In other videos, he's used way worse guns, to say the least. But it hurt to hear people just like say, it's like, oh man, what the fuck type of shotgun is that, man? You know? It really hurt my soul. Just like, what the fuck is that? Is he lag switching? Like, what the hell? Jeez. And the worst part is the last bit in the end as well, where like one guy was just like, the fuck is Doom? It was like, pain. Look, it's not the fact that it's, you know, a boomer shooter thing. It's not even just that. But it's like, I don't know. He's like, you don't know the history of your own genre? And even more so, you don't know about the fact that there was a game of the same name just called Doom? How about Doom Eternal? Alright, but yeah, no, that... It was, like, genuinely painful to just, like, hear people, like, say, it was like, oh my god, this guy's lag switching! Even though he's got, like, fairly good ping! Oh, jeez. I genuinely wonder right now, this is me now contemplating and thinking about it above, just thinking about it right now. It's like, how many people go back to play some of these older games, you know? I mean, besides... Alright, let's say for the sake of this this example and discussion at the very least, Call of Duty players, right? You know, the new generation is, like, super into, like, Modern Warfare 1... Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2 in 2020, Modern Warfare 3, the DLC, you know, all that jazz. I wonder, do they ever go back to, like, ever play the older Call of Duties? Does anyone ever go back to play the older titles of a franchise? Besides, you know, the more older demographic that has been playing a lot of these games, right? Let's say, for example, World of Warcraft. Some players that are probably older than people nowadays, or I don't say people nowadays, but the new generation that is probably playing World of Warcraft, probably go back to play Warcraft. Not World of Warcraft, Warcraft. You know, like Warcraft 3. And so, I'm just thinking right now, if they don't, I'm just thinking right now, if they're more focused on the present, then what happens to those that actually go back to play them? Do they know their own history? Do they know the evolution of the genre? It's just like, hey Dad, how much do you know about older games? In terms of, like, let's say RPG or FPS genres.
That's a little.
Like how?
Quake 3.
Alright, that's good enough.
That's like OG.
You didn't play the first two Quakes?
It did, but Quake 3 was always the more popular one.
What about Unreal Tournament?
That wasn't really that popular. Well, in my eyes, it wasn't that popular as Quake. Until later on, where Quake sucked. Unreal Tournament took over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what was that game with freaking Gordon Freeman?
Oh, Half-Life?
Half-Life 2 was pretty much the standard back then.
Right.
And like Quake 3 was like whatever. And Unreal Tournament was a big damn block back then.
Right. So yeah, my old man is like a bit more, well, he's like middle-aged right now. Like, Counter-Strike? Alright, my dad's not much of an FPS fan, but still, he knows a fair amount because, well, he's played them and he's also older as well. I'm curious, more specifically thinking right now, just like people my age and, you know, people younger and maybe even slightly older than me, how much do they know about the, well, franchise they're playing, as well as even the older, as well as the predecessors that came before it. Not even just of the same franchise, but like previous games as well. You know? To some extent, there is a reason why people look fondly back, at the very least, people my age to some extent as well. There's a reason why they look back, like, fondly during the Xbox Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 back in late 2000s to early 2010s. That's because, I guess to say the least, it was an evolution of sorts of FPS at the time. I mean, my old man mentioned, like, there are a bunch of other, like, a bunch of other first-person shooters, like Quake, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, and I brought up Unreal Tournaments and the like as well. And so I'm just, to some extent, it was a change from full-on arena shooter to then more, I'm not sure tactical is the right word, but more tactile thinking, I guess. with usage of more realistic standards used in games. Like, for example, sprinting. And then you also have, like, grenades for flash grenades and, you know, smoke grenades. Things that in an arena shooter would be, for lack of a better word, trivial. Just because of the fact that smoke grenades, you're able to run through it. Flash grenades, you're able to run through with it if you could avoid it. And so pretty much, yeah, I would say that Call of Duty, at the very least the older Call of Duties, are somewhat of an evolution of that. And that's why people remember it a bit fondly. And as well as just the community that it garnered as well. Shit talkers, smack talkers, all that jazz, you know? But yeah, it really hurts just hearing people not know about Doom. It's not even the fact that they need to know about the older Doom. Just like, really? You haven't heard about that game that involves you killing demons on Mars in a space station and you have a fucking chainsaw? It's like, come on, man. That's like one of the highlights of, you know, first-person shooters. Forget the legacy. Come on, you're just missing out. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about right now. Besides, you know, me lamenting. I don't want to sound like an old man because I'm not that old. I'm not that old. I'm like fucking almost 24 this year. Last digits of the year, man. Woo! Anyway, you know, I'm not that old. But still, it just hurts that not many people, at the very least, look back on the games that came before it a little bit. And those that talk about it, at the very least when it comes to, as I mentioned countless times, Bethesda games and Obsidian games, sometimes people romanticize how the older games are. Again, to be more specific, the Fallout games, at the very least, they are just... they're not bad. Writing-wise, they're great. Gameplay-wise, they're also pretty great. But progression-wise, it's extraordinarily scuffed. Trying to go from one story beat to another, but I'll upload that on YouTube at some point. Hopefully. Maybe. Not within the next month, because I don't think I'm going to be available for the next month to upload. As I mentioned on Twitch at the very least, I will be preoccupied with certain things. I'll be able to stream, I think. It's just that I won't be able to capture recording as well as play effectively. Due to, for one thing, having to first move that footage and then also, you know, transfer the save and all that jazz. Along with that, I'm not even sure my computer, the computer that I have will be good enough. I should remark, I'm visiting family, and along with that, doing some other things as well, but for the most part, it's family. So, it would also mean I have my own computer. Old computer, but still my own. Man. You know, a thought just occurred to me just now. When it comes to first-person shooters, there are really not that many out there, are there? And when I say that, I'm mostly referring to, like, games that are trying to emulate, like, other games. I guess is the best way to describe it. I remember to some extent that there was, like, back in the Xbox 360 PS3 era, even maybe earlier, there was, like, a deluge of games that were trying to copy Call of Duty. Although, admittedly, it's not like one-to-one copy Call of Duty, but more or less have their own spin on, like, the Call of Duty, you know, modern military shooter genre. For the most part, nowadays, there are a few, however, they all lean towards being tactical shooters, in which it's not a bad change, I should say. It's not a bad change of pace at all. We need more games that have, you know, somewhat realistic approaches, like for example Ground Branch or Ready or Not, or You know, those are the only two games I can think of that are immediately successful in my eyes. When I say immediately successful, I mean they have like, you know, more well-known appeal and approach type of thing. Oh wait, that's right, Insurgent Sandstorm. Fuck, I forgot about that. Mostly because of the fact that I thought it'd be... I honestly thought it would die off like a little while ago. You know, natural expiration, I mean. Not like die off like... It was like brought out to the back in the barn, just capped in the head and all that. No. Just natural death, you know. It's like end of support and all that jazz. Just at that point, you know. Or end of like, you know, official support in terms of like patches, you know, major content, all that. I just figured it would just be like continued support for what it's available right now. But anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, no, a lot of the military shooters nowadays are moving towards tactical realism, in which I'm not sure I like it. At least in the sense of like a full pivot change, you know? It's like, sure, we need more tactical, realistic shooters, right? We need all those and more. However, there's also something to be said about, you know, somewhat of a casual shooter, if you know what I mean? In a modern military setting. I don't know, that's the best way I could describe it, but yeah. That's the best way I could describe it, at the very least. Just pretty much have something that's almost equivalent to that, but unfortunately nowadays, yeah, it's either one or the other. Can't hit. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. There's not many of that same vein, I guess. I'm trying to think right now, because I know that there's been a huge resurgence in like boomer shooters and the like. Eat it, bitch! Anyway, I know there's been a huge resurgence of like boomer shooters and the like, right? And that is kind of good, all things considered. We need to have the old-fashioned arena shooters just going around point to point, you know, one end of the map, rocket jumping, all that jazz, you know, all the good old school tricks and such. We need all that. However, at the same time, I don't know. The thing is with the old school arena shooters, it's not as though they're bad. They're just a different demographic, obviously, is what I'm going to say. But they do require certain retention, is definitely one word to describe it. You need to have like fast reflexes, and as well as, I believe, from what I've recounted and explained to one degree or another, a fair amount of understanding of what it is you're using as well. For example, in old arena shooters, you have like very much in old school arena shooters, from what I understand, from my personal reference, not only just like me as an adult, but me when I played like against bots on like Unreal Tournament and the like. For the most part, each weapon that you have pretty much is something you have to procure on site. And along with that, it's pretty much a matter of understanding the gun you're using. For example, the shotgun is pretty much good at close proximity for kill shots. The super shotgun is good for long range or multi-kill capability. The grenade launcher, this is me using Quake analogy by the way. The grenade launcher is capable of splash damage, but is competent with direct damage. And the rocket launcher...
What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me. Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can... Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my... Then I suppose I can't just curl up and...
Alrighty, excellent. Now that we dealt with that. What was it talking about? Ah, yes, arena shooters and their arsenal. So yeah, every weapon that is in an arena shooter usually have a purpose attached to it, as you could probably tell from me explaining each and every one of their personal functions and the like. And so, yeah, they usually have a sort of thing attached to them. Now I'm thinking about it, Counter-Strike also has a certain thing attached to them as well. Yeah, it has a certain thing attached to its genre. One Life games and all that jazz. Ah, that bastard. Crying out loud. Alright, but yeah. I'm trying to think right now as well, and certain other things actually. Now I'm talking about first-person shooters, and by proxy multiplayer games actually. Nowadays it seems as though multiplayer games are more prevalent than ever. In which, I can't say that's a bad thing, but I can't say it's particularly a good thing either. It's not bad in the sense that there's more games to play with other people, but at the same time, I remember back then, during the very least the 360 and PS3 era, usually you got a game for single player content and the multiplayer was like something tacked on. But nowadays it seems as though more games are shifting towards multiplayer elements, which again isn't terrible inherently or intrinsically, but still one can't help but think and ponder a little bit what happens to these games after they eventually and inevitably die. Whether it be out of a terrible management or, in the likely case, just reach end of service or end of official service, and it's just maintaining the lights to stay on and all that, you know? For example, I'm trying to think more prominently. Wayfinder for... yeah. But yeah, Wayfinder is probably one example I could think of most prominently, actually, in my mind now. The game started off initially as a multiplayer attempt at an multiplayer, kinda, sorta, maybe MMO in early access, right? And for the most part, due to circumstances that were out of its control, effectively... yeah, due to circumstances that were out of its control. There we go. Yeah, due to circumstances that were out of its control, effectively they were only left in two... developers, Airship Syndicate, were left with two options. Either they can the game and pretty much shelve it forever, or they remake it effectively and push it out as a single player cooperative experience. And to say the least, they chose the second option in that respect. Not many games have the fortune to actually make that pivot change, and even more so, I guess to some extent or another, have that passion to have hindsight to preserve it as well. I'm seeing like all these games like Body Cam, as well as give me a second, I'm trying to think of like other online games, because they're all because Wayfinders is first and foremost now an RPG. It is now first and foremost an RPG, but I'm trying to think. When it comes to like online games, like say for example, Body Cam is definitely one that's more in my mind. To some extent, I want to say kinda, sorta, Among Us, as well as Lethal Company. What happens to these games when, in the eventuality, their player base just moves on, or the game just meets its natural potency, as it were, or its maximum potency in terms of like how much they can do? I'm genuinely thinking right now, trying to figure it out a little bit. I imagine those games will just pretty much die, effectively, left in the ethers to dust. To some extent as well, when it comes to like older FPS games like the original trilogy for Modern Warfare. Yeah, the original Modern Warfare trilogy and the like. Are those servers still up? And if so, what are how many players are still playing it? The ever-brilliant gold mask. I wonder what will happen to body cam when it inevitably reaches its end. How long will it last? Because it always seems like all these multiplayer games come out, right? And they always like kick it within like a certain amount of time, you know? I don't know, but yeah, it always seems like they kick it after a certain amount of time. Usually like maybe within a year, maybe less. I don't know. It's like you have an interesting premise, but what do you do with it? The answer to that is shit all. Alrighty. There we go. God damn, these guys are everywhere. God, how many of these assholes are there? Bit of a delayed reaction, that's for sure. Fuck. God damn it, how many of those assholes are there? Just all swarming up the place. I'm trying to think right now on something else. I was actually... I was watching a bunch of Elden Ring hate videos. And when I say watching Elden Ring hate videos, mostly second-hand watching. Because I refuse to actually give and indulge. Give me a second. Yeah, so I refuse to somewhat give and indulge the attention they so crave, as it were. Type of deal for me, at the very least. That's the reason why I was watching second-handed stuff, at the very least. To say the least, listening and watching the, I guess, hate for Elden Ring has been... I'm trying to find the best way to describe it without relying on insults right now, because for the most part, I want to say that it's kinda... fuck's sake. I want to say that it's kinda sort of... illogical, some of the hate for it is. Now, if there were like certain things, like for example, balancing, or... Give me a sec. Alright, as I was saying, if there was like, you know, actual legitimate criticisms in the sense of like, oh yeah, you know, balancing of the weapons are a bit off, you know, some of the stuff that... some of the stuff like that, as well as like how certain things are ill-defined, certain quests are kind of sort of vague, and you know, forces you to consult a guide at times, you know, that sort of thing. You know, I guess, you know, it's like, okay, sure, fine, you know, that's a fair criticism to point out. But a lot of the time, the, I guess, hate videos for Elden Ring mostly boiled down to, I guess the best way I could put it is just rambling and babblings of things that were just like, huh? I'm generally trying to put it into words here. Alright, yeah, I'm genuinely trying to put it into words here, though. About how it is... I think there was like one video that was like talking about how it was give me a sec, I gotta deal with this shielded prick. I'm tired of this asshole. Alright, fine. Don't even bother with this thing. Got it. Ah, fuck's sakes. Goddamn tower shield assholes. Anyway. What was I talking about? Ah, yes. I think it was like one video in particular that was like comparing it to Breath of the Wild in terms of like how it evolved this series and formulae that the game was based off of. And to say the least, to some extent, there is some validity in the analogy to Breath of the Wild. However, it does taper off when it does consult towards combative gameplay. In terms of exploration, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, both 1 and 2, were pretty good, all things considered. The world was interesting, and even more so, very compelling to go through. You know what the biggest problem was? It was the one element that you would be frequently engaging in. Combat. And how the combat system was just more or less heavily reliant on the durability system and you carrying like a bunch of weapons. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a player or forcing a player to, you know, use different weapons for certain scenarios, right? But when those But when those weapons are made of paper mache, it is a bit of a problem because you expect me to carry an entire arsenal, apparently. And they all break after, like, I'm trying to think, at most it was like maybe 24 hits or so that's like 24. God forbid you use the Master Sword. You know, you want to know how many hits that lasts? I think it was like 50 to 70 hits or something like that. That's actually me trying to remember the actual number of hits that's required of, yeah, that's actually required of the, it's actually required of the game. That's only after you also level the ever-living hell out of it as well in the Master Sword Trials. I think I'm trying to remember as well. Among the other hate videos, there was also one from a particular lolcow that is very much infamous for a variety of reasons. One of which involves, you know, I will not describe it because undoubtedly that is something he will capitalize on, and I will not say further. But say the least, if you know of a streamer with how do I use vague analogies right now? I'm trying to think. There we go. Alright, but yeah, I'm trying to think right now. How do I describe this person of interest? Damn, that was a notorious slasher, right? Ugh, hells. I died. I'm going back to my world. Oh, but yeah, this person of interest is like a common lolcow and is constantly known to have, like, for lack of better, crying out loud. Yeah, known for having like really bad takes for a lot of things, and also commonly known to suck at games as well. So, yeah, there's that. There was one particular incident I do know, but again, I don't wish to give attention to it. It's not out of sake of privacy, it's pretty well known, but it's probably something that would feed the attention they'll give him. Motherfucker, come on. Ugh. Alright, let's move on from that person of interest. Oh, yeah, let's move on from that person of interest, but yeah. I'm trying to think specifically now. There was like another one, this is the last one as well that I'm referring to as well. most part, one that was like very vitriolic, and one that was claiming to be a true, like claiming to be like a true Dark Souls fan, even though, fuck's sakes, even though, to say the least, when it came to his takes about Elden Ring, they were extraordinarily piss poor and showed zero understanding for the medium and franchise in general. So yeah, there was that. Crying out loud. Alright, fine. If this guy wants to play that type of game, fine. Let's see if he likes laser beams. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how does that feel, prick? Alright, there we go. Problem taken care of. Alright. As well as a somber stone. Excellent. Alright, so now that I got this taken care of at the very least. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Now we just gotta go back to the Rose Church. Trying to remember, I need to get my hands on some maiden blood now. Alright, so I gotta get my hands on some maiden blood now, I think, after having done this. In which the only way to get it is by traveling back to where we started and dealing with the grafted boss from there. There we go. Hi, diddly ho.
Oh, Lambkin, so pleased you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying my gift. I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood. I wish to anoint you a proper inductee, a knight to serve Luminary Mohg, the Lord of Blood. Luminary Mohg has strength, vision, and of course, love. So,
Sure.
yes, who would have it any other way? Now, take this for your final trial. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own maiden and recanting the wisdom of the two fingers. But since you are maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden will do.
Alright. Alright, so time to find some maiden blood. But you are maidenless. Maidenless. Alright. So there are two locations to... And so there are two locations that will do. Either go to the dead maiden in the Church of Inhibition, or go to the one in the Chapel of Anticipation, to which, for the most part, we'll go to the chapel. That requires us to go to the four belfries, which is up here. May as well go to the 4 belfries anyway. You get like a free stone. You get like a free stone key. Oh my fucking god, can I? Let's see here. I'm trying to avoid using Fextra Life, but unfortunately I keep on having to use Fextra Life because it's the only repository that's known to actually have some semblance of a guide. It's unfortunate to say the least. I wonder what people think about Fextra Life still. I know that after the Baldur's Gate debacle, as it were, there was some talk about it a little bit. In response to not using Fextra Life, people that played Baldur's Gate 3 made their own Wikipedia. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, they made their own Wikipedia and the like. Imbued sword key. Night sky unceasing. Precipice of anticipation. I believe this is it. Here we go. Block this, bitch. There we go. Alright, there we go. Ornamental straight swords, 2 weapons that you could theoretically get at the beginning. They're kind of strong, kind of being the key word, but overall they're kind of whatever as well. Alrighty. Words of encouragement to my would-be maiden, I assume. Stormhawk King. Stormhawk Deeth. Alright, now that I got the blood of a maiden, as well as a bunch of other stuff attached to it. Alrighty, so now travel back to the Rose Chapel. Funnily enough, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, when it comes to Elden Rings, to the place I'm going to, there are like 2 areas of interest, if I'm not mistaken. No, not 2 areas of interest, but just this area of interest I'll be approaching that actually has like infinite rune spawn potential. So that's pretty good, all things considered. Need to maximize my yield a bit though, that's for sure.
Ah, my lambkin. You've completed your final trial, and with this, you are a formal inductee, a knight who will assist Luminary Mohg, the Lord of Blood, in the establishment of a new dynasty. Now, give me your finger. This noble blood will be an immutable badge of honor once it settles inside of you.
Okay.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something.
I got a bloody finger.
Never forget that feeling of agony, for it is what binds you to Luminary Mohg, to all of us. You have the sweetest scream, my lambkin. Oh, another thing. You should have this. A medal granted by the new Mohgwyn dynasty with the power to grant audience with Luminary Mohg. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you, but you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Mohgwyn dynasty commences. Luminary Mohg yet slumbers beside the divinity. We must endure a little longer.
Just use it in front of Barry. Oh, that's funny. So now we are here. Right now I need to establish a foothold in the area. Alright. Alright, so right now it's time to establish a foothold first. That's the most important factor of this whole thing. There we go. Alright. Time to do what this stream's all about. Mohg must die. If I could run past these guys, I will. A Lord Rune. Are you afraid of the dark, someone may ask? And I'll answer, yes, I am. Alright, so let me see here. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. Sorry about that. Alright, so pretty much, yeah, you probably noticed me trying to do that. I did it once before, and the thing is, you can do it again now, but I think they nerfed either the jumping or they placed an invisible wall. Probably more likely they nerfed the jumping, though. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Oh my fucking god.
Christ, Nicola. You must abide alone a while. Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
Ugh, grief. Oh god. Oh god, with that much damage being dealt out? Oh, fuck's sakes, no. Alright, so now that we've invoked Mohg now, Jesus Christ almighty. I'm trying to remember specifically at the very least. There are a few... trying to see here. I'm trying to remember. It involves jumping off cliffs. Oh my god. I'm so low level right now. Let me see here. Yeah, it involves like jumping off a cliff or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So start the boss. Alright, so I gotta go back to where I was. Alright. Alrighty, let me see here. Oh. Oh, did they patch it, or am I just gonna be shit at jumping? Alright, now the contingent, let's see. So most part involves pretty much jumping off that point to another. Ah, oh, damn it. Alrighty. Let's see. Ah, damn it. Trying to genuinely think. Did they patch this out, I think? Maybe, kinda, sorta, probably. The word of the day is probably patched it out. Don't want to be going around getting easy access, I suppose. Nope. Nice. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, so where's this go? Alright. Trying to see here. There's a particular site in the geometry that pretty much involves using torrent. I'm trying to see here. I think I need to go a bit further. Let me see. Alrighty. Uh-huh. Alrighty. Let's see here. I'm trying to watch and see where this goes. Alrighty, yeah. Okay, I see. Okay, I see. So, alright. So what I gotta do is pretty much, as I'm falling, I have to swing my blade continuously as much as possible. Okay. Alright, got it. Now let's retrace steps right now. Alrighty. Can't stop geometry, man. Fuck. God damn it. I'm trying to swing the blade right now is what it is. Alright, I gotta see. Maybe I should try a different weapon right now. Alright, oh boy. That one's a me thing. Alright, so for the most part, I have to try and swing my weapon before the fall just completely takes over. Yeah, this is totally a natural thing to see. Totally. And let me see here. Alright, so, oh, I see here. I got a double jump. Ah, I see. I've been fucking up this entire time! Okay, I get it. Alright, I've been fucking up. I didn't press double jump. I've just been letting free fall do the work. I wonder what Miyazaki thinks about all these glitches that are found in his games. At the very least, the fun ones, not the ones that suck ass. You know? What does he think, I wonder? Okay. Come on, big money? No big money? Come on. Anything? Oh! Come on. I'm free falling here, man. Come on. Where are you at? Where are you at? Come on. Come on, where he at, man? Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't fucking flirt with me like that. Oh, is he not gonna fucking... Because the thing is that Mohg has the sigil on him. He's got a Elden Ring on him. So right now... I think right now we're pretty much in a deadlock right now. And let me see here. Alright, so this method's still working at least. Alright, let's see here. Because the thing is, I need to confirm at the very least if it's still... I mean, still, 92,000 is nothing to scoff at, though. But the demigod was not slain. A demigod was not slain, you hear me? Topical that this would be happening on this stream. Topical, real topical. Alright, let's at the very least invest these runes. Or... I'm gonna step away for a moment actually though. I need to use the bathroom. Be back shortly. Alright, never mind. Someone's already in the bathroom. Great. Okay. Okay, so... horrible idea right now, but theoretically could use this exploit to get more runes this way. It's only a matter of, it's only a matter of traversal, though, that's the thing. And right now, for an indeterminate amount of time... Yeah, for an indeterminate amount of time right now, I don't know how long it'll take for me to reach Mohg. For crying out loud, come on! Now the game is just taking the piss out on me. Anyway... Alright, so the way it works, this... it's supposed to work at the very least, that we pretty much go at it for... go at that void thing for a good amount of time, and then afterwards pretty much descend and take care of Mohg in that way. And thus you're able to pretty much defeat him by effectively despawning him. Yeah, you just delete him from existence. That's the whole shebang, really. You delete Mohg from existence. Delete his sorry ass. Alrighty. Time to free fall. Let's see here. guide said a minute, so let's do just that, I guess. Just me and my horse, free falling into the void that be null code, effectively. Alright. Alright, it's been a minute. Still not dead. Should I fall an additional minute or so? How long will it take for me to take care of Mohg? Am I gonna have to sit here for like minutes on end having to fucking wait for a demigod to fall out of existence? Actually, how far am I falling right now at this point? Am I even falling? Oh man. I'm surprised of all things Red Bull decided to stream Elden Ring. And they got at the amount of players it got as well is just like, huh. I still can't get over the ego on the League of Legends one though. He's like, oh, you know, League of Legends player are like real gamers or something like that. And again, just proceeds to just fumble hard. Grief. Persistent fucker, isn't he? Free falling for about 2 minutes and a half, and the fucker still isn't dead. Must have patched out this method as well. Great. I've been falling for about 4 minutes and a half, technically speaking, accounting for the minute prior. Let's see. Maybe minute 5 things will change? Alright. Let's try like 2 more times at the very least. Alright, so there is a crucial step that I may have skipped over, and it's apparently to quit. However, I don't think it really should matter that much, given the fact that he's... Yeah, alright. Alright, so... Alright, so assuming that I did the steps right, pretty much go on in. Triggered him. Okay. Fall down here. Fall here. Climb, climb, climb. Then clamber on my way over to the other side. Alright. Move my way over here and then cross over to the other side again. Alright, now we're free falling again. Let's try it. I'm falling, Ma! I'm falling! It's pretty much the idea is to pretty much unload Mohg. Yeah, it's pretty much to unload Mohg that way. And with it a few other stuff. There we go! Alright, so I was doing it a bit incorrectly. Alright, so I was doing it incorrectly. Got it. Woo! Yay! Didn't have to lift a finger. He's dead. He just snapped his own neck. Alright, so it is important that I had to quit out because apparently I imagine because I rested, it would have just pretty much resulted in a bunch of other stuff. Alright, so let's see here. That's some sweet, sweet runes right there, boys and grills. Go with 30. Alright, 30 decks and all these other stuff. Yay! And I didn't have to lift a finger. I love it when I have to just be lazy. Well, theoretically at that point, by logic of the stream I've been going at now, this should be the end. But let's persist a little while longer, shall we? It'd be a little too soon to just end off right now. Besides, I'd like to actually do some more stuff. Let's see if we could try and get to the, at the very least, get to Margit again. Alright, but yeah, let's see if we can try and get to Margit. My goodness, is this the place where the DLC will take place? The answer apparently is yes. I'm sure someone's gonna say, apart, you just missed out on a great fight, you know? He's a wonderful boss, you know, he's like, yeah, I get it, you know, he's a wonderfully crafted boss and all that, but I'll be honest, I could give less of a rat's ass about it. He has a rune, I'm taking that rune, and I'm gonna take those runes and take his runes. Pretty simple, don't you think? And so, yeah. Alrighty, lovely. So now that we've dispatched Mohg, I can finally move on to other games on stream. So yeah, woo woo! Alrighty, I'm trying to think now. Right now we're just gonna be doing final wrap-ups for this stream playthrough thing. I'll be continuing this save file, obviously, but yeah. Alright, I'm surprised I was able to do so much within the span of 2 days. Honestly thought it would take me a lot longer, but maybe because of the fact I played this before and having gone through it once already. I'm just very effective. Alright, let me see here. So where am I? I have to find a particular item of interest. Let me see here. Where am I going to find it, though? A hermit village. God, that's a ways off. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm looking for the, I'll be looking for Prattling Pate's thing now. Yeah, Prattling Pate's, visages and the like. Mostly so that way I can have Bach feel better of himself. But for now, let's focus up on what the task at hand is. Alright, so my goal right now is to try and kill Margit. It's not going to be easy, though. I think before Margit's, there's the aspect of Godfrey. Yeah, the aspect of Godfrey to contend with. Which, oh joy, that's going to be fun, you know? God damn it, my tablet's fucking KO'd. Anyway. Alright, so here we are. Bulletaria. I mean, Lindell. Yeah, Lindell. Ugh. Alright, I gotta try and find my way over to, Actually, there is one thing I do need to find, actually. Sombering Stone 5. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Old Altus Tunnel. Let me see. Right now, at this point, I'm gonna be like crossing over and doing like a whole bunch of stuff right now. So one is found in. So I'm looking for, at the very least, somber smith stones. One is found in Redmane Castle. Another is found in the old Altus Tunnel, bottom of the main chamber. It's dropped by a few other people and things of interest. However, it seems as though... Yeah, it seems as though Volcano Manor might be my best shot at that point. Joy. Joy! I get to go to the Volcano Manor. Hell of a drop. Run, boy, run. Ugh. Alrighty. Alright, swift immobility is what I need. Alright, right now just pursuing and chasing. Ow. Fucking hell, come on! Ugh, jeez, I'm trying to get a foothold in the city, and right now I'm suffering technical problems on my end. Alright. Alright, so right now I'm just pretty much just wanting to get a foothold in Lendel. If I could do that, I could do a lot of things at that point. Now would you look at that? Just doing some Assassin's Creed shit here. God damn.
My utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the erdtree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent, and the power to turn runes into strength. Here, with you. I wish you luck in realizing your ambition.
Yay.
You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
Alright, back on the path. Alright, so I'm trying to remember specifically, like, the directions at this point. Alrighty. Atop this dragon, walk up to it. A rune arc. I have like 2 runes now. I have 2, yeah, I guess I have 2 runes right now, alright. Sakes. Really? Okay, well, whatever. It's not that much of a trek. So right now I'm thinking, I have like, what, technically speaking, 35? Yeah, 35 from Radigan's Sword Seal. Oh, my ass. It's gonna shoot me in my ass. I'm trying to remember. I think atop this dragon you can get like a weapon. There's like a... Yeah, there's like a spear if I'm not mistaken. Although I don't know the way to get up there. Don't let him rest! Damn it, he rest! Alrighty. Ever closer now. Well, what have we here? All bricks, robes, bracers, and the like. Alrighty. Here we are in the round table hold. We're in the round table hold, guys, in real life. Oh my god. You just see me just start pointing at it and just being like, his mouth agape and all that. Black key bolts. Alrighty, excellent. How the hell am I supposed to get up there, though? Oh, wait, that's right. I think it was like a lift or something like that up there. Alright, so somehow I gotta move my way into the... Ah, I see. Alrighty. At this point, I think I need to actually improve my weapons. Alrighty. Alright, and this is the next part, the arena phase. Yeah, figured as much. Alright, I'm trying to think though right now. I need to upgrade. I think I might need to upgrade the sword to be much more potent. That's probably the biggest thing right now. Yeah. Alright, so the damage is reasonable and it's doable right now, but it's far too long, and given the current state of my character, not exactly ideal either. So I'm trying to genuinely think right now. I need to upgrade the Sword of Night and Fire to a higher degree, along with Moonveil as well, if I could help it. But there's a bit of a problem. I don't have any 5 Somber Stones. So to say the least, the only way to get it is from either the School of Graven Mages, the Jail Cave, Volcano Manor, in which there is a... in which it's got like more stuff, or the Sealed Tunnel, Nokrin, the Erdtree Sanctuary of Grace in Lendale, Royal Capital, Shaded Castle, Redmane Castle. If I can go to Caelid, then I'm trying to think. So if I go to Caelid, I might be able to swing by to where Radigan is. Or not Radigan, Rit. What's his name? Alright, so I'm trying to think right now. I'm just thinking to myself right now on like Elden Ring lore. What's Melania's whole deal? That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, what's her deal, Melania? She, you know, I think it was like something along the lines that she has like space age or something like that. Which, to be fair, isn't probably far off to think on. What is the Scarlet Rot is what I'm thinking about right now. Just of all things. What the hell is it? It's clearly something that infects not just person, but also the environment around it. And now I'm thinking about like a bunch of stupid questions right now. It's like, what do you think the life of Millennia was like? Or what do you think the life of all these bosses were like before shit hit the fan, you know? What was their day-to-day? I want to know. These are details you need that keep me not awake at night, but just keep me thinking about it a little bit, you know? What did they do on their off time? Were they just bloodthirsty? Did they just kill a bunch of people, you know? It's like, what the hell's their deal? Alrighty. But yeah, what is it that these guys did in their past time? These are questions, man. Questions. They're not good questions, but they're questions.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way. Welcome, valued customer. Please, I'm hungry.
Oh, we got a Lord rune. What the hell are these guys doing with the fire and their sticks? They're just fucking just sitting there, just fucking like whatevering. He's like, yes, I'm gonna roast my violin, my instrument. You know, just for once, I'd like to be able to just walk through a field and not have some guy jump me and try and take my lunch money. Just once, you know, just once.
I am no setting.
Yeah, one of your friends is starving. It's like, good on him. He owed me money. Rot bone arrow. Alright, so we go through here. Okay, so we cut through here to go to General Radon's whole thing. God, the worst part is that in General Radon's house, it just becomes... In General Radon's house, you have to fight like 2 enemies, and those 2 enemies are absolute horseshit. I actually watched a video explaining how fighting 2 enemies in Elden Ring really sucks compared to having them... Really sucks compared to, like, previous entries. Nope, festivities are on apparently. Yeah, I guess there's that. That's some serious barbecue.
As a fellow combatant, allow me to introduce myself. Blythe. Warrior. Now, we find ourselves pitted against Radahn, once the strongest of the demigods. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. A path forged by sword and fang. Nothing to do but wait until the festival begins.
Champions! Welcome! The stars are the festival is nigh! General Radahn, my dear demigod of the shattering, awaits you! Champions, prepare for battle! Defeat the general, claim glory, and grab that great rune! A celebration of war! The Radahn Festival!
Alrighty. Supposedly it's the Sombring Storm after is surrounded. I think that might be it. Yay! The Radahn Festival! Yes! Alrighty. I am nowhere near capable to face Radahn. Everything in my arsenal is also grossly underleveled too.
This will never kill God. I could do better than this. It needs to slay a bloody god. Oh, it's you. Don't pay me any mind. It's not important. Just lay out your arms.
Alrighty. Alrighty, excellent. So now that I got this, should be able to make my way back up now. I know that the sword is not as powerful as it once was, but still, it's potent enough. Yeah, the echoes of itself is still potent enough to the very least use. So to say the least, yeah. Yeah, don't mind me. Samurai using a longsword, or I guess in this case it's an arming sword. Or is it a bastard sword? The distinctions are getting harder and harder to tell. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alrighty, let's do this. There we go. I think that's slightly better at least. Yeah. Or at least is making a more prominent impact. He has a magical construct being defeated by magic. A laughable concept indeed. Got 3 blasts off, and after that, alright. Yeah. Alrighty. So right now I gotta pretty much get my timing down at the very least and shooting this damn thing off. Let me think right now. Ugh. 3 shots off. Alright, so 3 shot offs. After that, I'll have to use maneuverability stuff. Let me think right now. Alrighty. A lot of timing on that one. Damn. Damn. A lot of timing. Alrighty. Still, not too shabby, I guess. I'd say because I would say right now it's because of the fact that the sword was able to at the very least dole out enough damage that bypassed Godfrey's stuff. Alright, I'm gonna step away for a sec. I really gotta go to the bathroom. Be back shortly. Alrighty, excellent. I'm back. So, excellent that for the most part managed to get by this rather effectively. Let me see here though. What do I want to invest in? Perhaps it's time to invest in Viagra, you know? Get some Viagra through this? Nah, just go for that. Alrighty, so right there is where we need to go to next. For the most part, yeah, we need to get up there. I have like paper thin defense right now. It's literally just been me fucking rolling around like a pig in fucking mud. twitchy fucker, huh? Twitchy little fuckers, are they? Alright, let me see here. Alright, so we gotta deal with a black knife before we deal with anything else. What the hell, I've been using this as a crutch for this entire time. May as well use the crutch as a bludgeoning weapon at this point. Burn, baby, burn. Ah, here we are. Here we are, the bed of Queen Marika. Or is this her throne? And to think, that's the thing that... It's possible that, she and Godfrey did it on this literal stone slab of a fucking bed. Either that or frequented masturbation. Either way. Alrighty, so let's see. Go up there now. Alrighty. Let's see how bad this is.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania. General Radahn. Praetor Rykard. Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Oh my god, he turned the thing into another thing.
Felled by King Morgoth, last of all kings. Foolish ambitions to rest.
Alright, my assessment right now is that currently I am grossly underpowered. If I want to stand a chance, I gotta boost the sword up a bit. That means I gotta get this up to, what level is it right now? 7. Alright, so I gotta get it to like maybe 10. So I gotta like bump this up to 10. Let's see here. I mean, theoretically I could throw Melania at him. See if that works. Clearly my summons isn't enough. Yeah, why the hell not? May as well. Let's try a few times before I end the stream there. Because for the most part, I know that it's going to take a long while before I get through Morgot. Or Margit. Melania, come forth. Or Melina, how the fuck you say your name? Oh, it's a one-time skill, guys. It's her ability to heal people. Alright, so to some extent Melania is just coming in. Melina is just coming in clutch to help me right now. She's more built for this than me. I'm fucking built as wet as tissue paper. Ugh, fuck's sakes. Alright, fine. Be that way, game. Here I am, trying to save the few shillings I have left, and yeah. Grief almight. Should I just ditch armor and just go in buck naked? No, I don't think I got the skill for it. Even more so, my weapons are suboptimal. Ugh, grief almight. Wonder what character animation set she's using though. Every one of these Christ's sakes. I think she's using the black knife, I think she's using the black knife moveset. Alrighty, let me see here. Imagine there's like a way you could actually fucking... Actually, no, you don't have the... Yeah, you don't have the leeway to actually bypass it. God, for crying out loud. I'm able to knock him down to maybe at most half health right now. So it's showing me at the very least it's doable. It's going to be of great difficulty. Alright. If I could try and beat Morgott, whatever the fuck, on stream, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fine with me. Be a nice way to end things off, but I can't. Oh well. Alrighty. I have no way of monitoring. Yeah, I have no way of monitoring fucking chatting right now, at the very least for Twitch. Jeez. What I wouldn't give to have Comet Azure. Ugh, fuck's sakes. Yeah, what I wouldn't give to right now have Comet Azure. Unfortunately, I don't have the intelligence for it. And along with that, it's like gonna take some serious finessing. Because it's stuck in Morgoth's lair, or not Morgoth's lair, Mohg's realm. Which, we killed him, guys. We killed Mohg, so at the very least there's that. Alright. 2, maybe 3 more attempts at least. Alright, let's see. I know bringing Melania along is making it harder for me, but she's the only one that could actually tank, ironically enough. Oh, fuck's sakes, I'm trying to avoid it, and yet I keep on fucking getting hit. God, I remember this. I remember the sword just actually shredding, though. The Morgoth's, Morgoth's health, though. Like, a lot. And then again, it was specced out a bit too, but still, it was pretty strong. And to think, I've been doing this in just my beginner armor. Can you believe that? Probably, yeah. God, I miss the days when you could improve armor. Remember when poise actually meant you just withstood damage? I'll say this, it's surprising I was able to even get this far. Alright, so that tree that Melina summoned, well, it's healing me, but it's at a slow-ass pace. Let me try... Sure, why not? What could possibly go awry using a fucking +6 katana? Oh, not even, just like a +5 Uji katana with Keen. Surely that can't go awry. I got Bloodhound Step, right? Ugh, God, who knows? Maybe I'll proc up Bleed or something like that. Alright, let's see. Oh, great. Not even a hit in. Let me try going at this alone then. Again, bringing Melina or any summon is just gonna make this encounter harder. With that in mind, canonically then, every Soulsborne character fought the bosses solo style. Ugh, crying out loud. Wasn't even get a hit in. That's my fault. But still. Slippery bastard. Alright. Alright, at this point, it's gonna require me to do a lot of leveling at this point then. So I'm trying to think. There's a few ways to go about that, I think. A few ways being the key word. Alright. Well, I at the very least completed what I set out to do at least. So, I'm happy with that. Mohg is dead, guys! Woo! Yeah! Mohg must die, and so he did. I'm ready for the DLC of Shadow of the Erdtree, boys and grills. Alright, so, yeah. The goal was accomplished. I'm happy with that. Now, everything else at this point is not smooth sailing, so to speak, but now it's just pretty much cherry on top. So, with that being said, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this stream. You want to see more? I'll be doing so tomorrow around the time of 12:30 to 1:30, in which I'm trying to think. What do I want to do? Because these are going to be the last few days I'll be at this computer, and so I want to make the most out of it. Maybe Wayfinder? Maybe. Maybe Soul Mask? Maybe. Well, with that being said, I'll figure out what to play tomorrow, I guess. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you next one, that being tomorrow on time at 12:30 to 1:30. And yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.